You lie awake in the stillness of the night again, staring at the ceiling fan, watching the shadows move across the wall as the hours tick by. Your mind is either racing with thoughts you can't control, or it feels strangely numb and empty. You tell yourself you're just getting old, that this is simply what happens after 60, but some you are deep inside. A quiet voice wonders, what if these restless nights aren't just an inevitable part of aging? What if they're the result of habits that can actually be changed? Margaret, a 69-year-old retired teacher from Ohio, used to think the same thing. She'd wake up at 2 a.m. almost every night, unable to fall back asleep, feeling exhausted the next day. She assumed it was just her age catching up with her. But after making a few simple changes to her evening routine, Margaret now sleeps through most nights and wakes up feeling genuinely rested for the first time in years. If you're over 60 and yearning for truly restful nights, the kind where you wake up feeling restored instead of drained, then this video is for you. We're going to explore 6 common sleep mistakes that may be keeping you awake, and more importantly, what you can do about them starting tonight. Welcome to Senior Health Facts, your trusted home for clear, science-backed health guidance designed specifically for adults over 60. If living healthier, stronger, and more independent matters to you, please hit that subscribe button now so you don't miss future videos that could change your life. Sleep often feels more elusive as we age. After 60, many of us notice we wake earlier than we used to. We nap more during the day, or we find ourselves awake at odd hours of the night, unable to drift back to sleep no matter how tired we feel. According to sleep medicine experts at Harvard Medical School, the patterns of our sleep naturally shift as we grow older. We experience less of that deep, restorative sleep our bodies need. We have more frequent awakenings throughout the night, and we become more sensitive to light, noise, and internal body changes like temperature fluctuations or the need to use the bathroom. But here's what's critical to understand. Poor sleep isn't just an annoying inconvenience, it carries real, measurable consequences for your health and quality of life. Research published by Harvard Health shows that lack of restful sleep in older adults is associated with significantly higher risks of cardiovascular disease, impaired immune function, mood decline, and cognitive changes, including early warning signs of dementia. When you don't sleep well night after night, your body doesn't get the chance to repair itself, your brain can't process memories properly, and your emotional resilience weakens. So for anyone in their 60s or 70s who values their health, mental clarity, physical mobility, and independence, addressing sleep problems isn't optional. It's absolutely essential. Robert, a 73-year-old retired engineer, didn't realize how much his poor sleep was affecting him until his daughter pointed out that he seemed more forgetful and irritable than usual. His doctor explained that chronic sleep deprivation was likely contributing to both issues. Within weeks of improving his sleep habits, Robert noticed he felt sharper, more patient, and genuinely happier. Understanding these 6 common mistakes can give you back control over your nights. You're not just silently tolerating poor sleep anymore, you're actively taking steps to improve it. Before we dive into the 6 specific mistakes, let's look at some underlying habits that often make sleep problems worse, especially for seniors. Many older adults try to stick to the exact same bedtime they had 20 or 30 years ago without acknowledging that their body clock may have naturally shifted. Your circadian rhythm changes with age, and fighting against it only creates more frustration. It's tempting to think that a long afternoon nap or sleeping in on weekends will make up for a bad night. Unfortunately, this strategy often backfires. Long or late naps reduce your body's natural drive to sleep at night, making it even harder to fall asleep when bedtime comes. When you read, mail, watch TV, scroll through your phone, or even do paperwork in bed, you're training your brain to associate your bed with wakefulness and activity, not sleep. Your bedroom should be a sanctuary for rest, not a multipurpose workspace. That cup of coffee after lunch might seem harmless, or a glass of wine before bed might feel relaxing. But according to Harvard Health, both caffeine and alcohol can significantly disrupt your sleep architecture, the delicate structure of sleep stages your body moves through each night. Many older adults have underlying conditions, chronic pain, medication side effects, bladder issues, or breathing problems that interfere with sleep. But instead of discussing these with a doctor, they simply assume it's just part of getting older. Susan, a 67-year-old grandmother from Florida, spent years waking up multiple times each night to use the bathroom. She never mentioned it to her doctor because she thought it was normal. When she finally brought it up during a routine checkup, her doctor adjusted one of her medications and suggested drinking less fluid after 6 p.m. Within 2 weeks, Susan's nighttime awakenings dropped dramatically. Avoiding these broad habits sets a stronger foundation for the 6 specific mistakes we'll review next. Here are the 6 most common mistakes that keep older adults awake at night, each paired with a real story, the science behind it, and a simple habit you can start trying today. The first mistake is having an irregular sleep schedule and long weekend shifts. Let me share Charles's story with you. Charles, a 71-year-old retiree, had a routine during the week: bed at 10 p.m., awake at 6 a.m., but on weekends, he'd stay up until midnight watching old movies and sleep in until 8 or 9 a.m. By Monday morning, he felt completely off, groggy, irritable, and unable to fall asleep at his usual time. Here's the science behind this. Changing your sleep and wake times by even 1 or 2 hours disrupts your body's circadian rhythm, your internal biological clock that regulates when you feel sleepy and when you feel alert. Research published by Harvard Health explains that in older adults whose circadian rhythms are already more fragile, even small disruptions can make falling asleep or staying asleep significantly harder. The simple habit you can try is this. Choose one consistent wake-up time and one consistent bedtime that you'll stick with every single day, even on weekends, for at least 2 weeks. Yes, it might feel restrictive at first, but your body will reward you with deeper, more reliable sleep. The second mistake is taking late naps or skipping activity during the day. Nancy, a 66-year-old former nurse, would feel drowsy around 2 p.m. each afternoon. She'd lie down for what she thought would be a quick nap, but often slept for an hour or more by bedtime. Her body simply didn't feel ready to sleep again. The science tells us that daytime napping or extended rest periods reduce what sleep scientists see: all sleep pressure, the natural buildup of your body's desire for sleep. According to Harvard Health, older adults often nap more frequently, which reduces the drive to fall asleep at night. Additionally, staying gently active during the day helps regulate your mood, body temperature, and overall sleep propensity. Here's the micro habit you can adopt. Limit any naps to 20 to 30 minutes maximum, and make sure they happen before 3 p.m. Then, later in the day, perhaps after dinner, go for a gentle walk around the block or do some light stretching, even 10 to 15 minutes. Of movement can make a noticeable difference. The third mistake is using electronics or bright light too close to bedtime. Margaret used to check her email and scroll through social media on her tablet while lying in bed. The blue light from the screen glowed brightly in the dark room, and she'd often find herself getting caught up in conversations or articles, staying awake far longer than she intended. The science is clear on this. Light, especially blue wavelength light emitted by screens, suppresses the production of melatonin, the hormone that signals to your body that it's time to sleep. Harvard Health notes that in older adults, light sensitivity and natural melatonin production may already be reduced, making the effect of screen light even more pronounced and disruptive. The micro habit here is simple. At least 1 hour before bed, turn off all screens, your tablet, smartphone, computer, and television. Replace screen time with calming activities, like reading a book in dim light, practicing simple mindfulness or breathing exercises, or taking a warm bath. The fourth mistake is evening consumption of caffeine, alcohol, or heavy meals. Robert E. enjoyed a large pasta dinner at 8 p.m. most evenings, often with a glass of red wine to help him relax. He'd head to bed around 10 p.m. but found himself lying awake for an hour or sometimes he'd wake up early feeling heartburn or an uncomfortable fullness. Let me explain the science. Caffeine slows down sleep onset and can stay in your system for many hours. Alcohol may initially help you fall asleep, but it fragments the deeper, more restorative stages of sleep and increases the number of times you wake during the night. Heavy meals or foods that cause indigestion can disrupt your sleep cycles and physical comfort. According to Harvard Health, these issues are particularly problematic for older adults whose digestive and metabolic systems may work more slowly. Raise what you can do. Finish your main meal at least 3 hours before bed. Limit alcohol to no more than 1 small glass and avoid any caffeine, including coffee, tea, or soda after lunch time. The fifth mistake is having a poor sleep environment or inconsistent bedroom habits. Susan's bedroom was cluttered, warm, and brightly lit by streetlights outside. She often watched TV in bed until she felt sleepy, then would toss and turn for an hour trying to actually fall asleep. The research shows that sleep quality is profoundly influenced by your environment, temperature, light leave, aisles, sound, and even the comfort of your bedding. All matter. Harvard Health research shows that seniors may be even more sensitive to environmental disruptions than younger adults. An uncomfortable mattress, to warm room, or inconsistent use of the bedroom can all sabotage your sleep. The micro habit is this. Make your bedroom dark, cool, ideally around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, and as quiet as possible. Remove screens and work-related items. Use your bed only for sleep and intimacy, nothing else. The sixth and final mistake is ignoring medical issues, medications, or symptoms that interfere with sleep. Charles woke up frequently throughout the night to use the bathroom. His joints ached, and his wife mentioned that he snored very loudly, but Charles thought, this is just what happens when you get older, and never brought it up with his doctor. Here's what the science tells us. Older adults are more likely to have contributing factors such as sleep apnea, restless legs syndrome, medication side effects, chronic pain, bladder problems, or early cognitive changes. Harvard Health emphasizes that these issues genuinely interfere with sleep architecture and often require medical attention. Ignoring them doesn't make them go away, it just prolongs unnecessary suffering. The micro habit you can start today is this: at your next health care visit, ask your doctor directly, could any of my medications, pain, bladder issues, snoring, or mood be affecting my sleep? Start keeping a simple sleep diary for 1 week. Write down when you go to bed, when you wake up, how many times you wake during the night, and how you feel in the morning. Let me share one more story with you. Margaret, the retired teacher I mentioned earlier, once told me something that stuck with me. She said, "For years, I thought I just had to accept being tired. I thought that feeling exhausted was the price of getting older, but now that I sleep through the night, I realize how much of my life I was missing. I have energy to garden again. I can play with my grandchildren without feeling irritable. I feel like myself again, yo." You deserve that feeling too. You deserve to wake up feeling rested, clear-headed, and ready to enjoy your day. You deserve to have the energy to do the things you love, to spend time with the people who matter most to you. I want to challenge you too. Start with just one small change tonight. Maybe it's turning off your phone an hour before bed. Maybe it's setting a consistent bedtime. Maybe it's having dinner a little earlier, just one thing. And then pay attention, notice how you feel tomorrow morning. Notice if you fall asleep a little faster or wake up a little less during the night. If this video helped you recognize some of the sleep mistakes that may be keeping you awake and opened up possibilities for better nights ahead, please like this video, subscribe to Seeing Your Health Facts, and share it with friends or family over 60 who might also be struggling with sleep. We've created a free printable checklist and sleep mistake log sheet that you can download from the description below. Use it to track your progress and celebrate the small wins along the way. And please remember, if your sleep issues persist despite these changes, consult your doctor or a sleep specialist. There's no shame in asking for help. Improving your sleep is one of the most powerful but often underused tools we have for aging well and living fully. Now let me address some of the most frequently asked questions about sleep for older adults. Many people ask, how many hours of sleep do I really need at my age? For most older adults, the general guideline is around even hours of sleep per night. Getting significantly less than that or significantly more may increase your risk of health issues according to Harvard Health. But remember, quality matters just as much as quantity. Another common question is, can one bad night ruin my health? Not by itself. One restless night won't cause lasting damage. But frequent poor nights add up over time, persist. Sleep problems may raise your risks for heart disease, diabetes, and cognitive decline according to research from Harvard Health. Some ask, if I take a nap, does it help or hurt my night? I'm sleep. Short naps under 30 minutes and before 3 p.m. can actually help you feel refreshed without interfering with nighttime sleep. But long naps or naps taken late in the day may reduce your sleep drive and make falling asleep at night harder, according to Harvard Health. Others wonder, I have arthritis and chronic pain, can I still improve my sleep? Yes, absolutely. Addressing your comfort, sleeping posture, pain treatments, bedroom environment, and scheduling consistent routines can all support better sleep even when you're living with chronic pain. Talk to your doctor about pain management strategies that won't disrupt your sleep. A critical question many have is, I snore loudly and sometimes wake up gasping for air. What should I do? That could be a sign of sleep apnea or other sleep-disordered breathing, which is more common in older adults. Harvard Health recommends discussing these symptoms with your doctor or visiting a sleep clinic for proper evaluation. And sleep apnea is treatable, and addressing it can dramatically improve your sleep quality and overall health. Finally, people ask, I'm retired and don't have to wake up early anymore. Can I just sleep in? While you do have more flexibility in retirement, maintaining a consistent sleep-wake schedule is still beneficial for your body clock and overall sleep quality. According to Harvard Health, your body thrives on routine, even when your schedule is more relaxed. Let me now share a practical summary of everything we've discussed today. When it comes to a regular sleep schedules, avoid varying your bedtimes or wake times by more than 1 hour. Instead, pick one consistent bedtime and wake time, even on weekends. When you visit your doctor, you might ask, could you help me set a realistic sleep schedule given my lifestyle and health? For late or long naps and inactivity, avoid long naps after 3 p.m. and staying sedentary all day. The quick win here is to limit naps to under 30 minutes before 3 p.m. and add light activity like a walk. Ask your doctor, does my activity level during the day support good sleep at night? Regarding screen time and bright light at night, avoid using your tablet, TV, or phone in bed late at night. Turn off all screens at least 1 hour before bed and read in dim light instead. You might ask your doctor, are my evening habits with screens interfering with my sleep? When it comes to evening stimulants and heavy meals, avoid caffeine after lunch, alcohol before bed, and big late dinners. Finish dinner 3 hours before bed and limit caffeine to morning only. Ask your doctor, could my diet, meal timing, or drinks be affecting my sleep quality? For your sleep environment, avoid a bright or noisy bedroom and using your bed for many activities. Make your bedroom dark, cool around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, quiet, and use your bed only for sleep and intimacy. Ask your doctor, is my sleeping environment optimized for quality rest? Finally, regarding unaddressed health issues, don't ignore snoring, pain, medications, or frequent nighttime awakenings. Keep a sleep diary and bring specific concerns to your doctor. Ask directly, could any of my conditions or medications be interfering with my sleep? Here's a simple daily routine suggestion based on everything we've covered. In the morning, wake at the same time every day, even weekends, and open your curtains to let in natural light. At lunch, enjoy your last cup of coffee or tea, but avoid caffeine any after 2 p.m. In the evening, finish dinner by 6 or 7 p.m. and take a gentle 10-minute walk after eating. As a bonus habit, 1 hour before bed, turn off all screens and instead read, stretch gently, or practice deep breathing. Save these suggestions, print them out, and share them with someone you care about who might also be struggling with sleep. Here are the key studies and C's referenced throughout this video. Harvard Health Publishing published an article on sleep hygiene and simple practices for better rest in 2024. This discusses how meal timing, screen use, room environment, and stimulants affect sleep quality. They also published Successful Aging: 10 Tips for Better Sleep in 2017, which emphasizes the importance of consistent sleep schedules, limiting naps, and using the bedroom only for sleep in older adults. Another Harvard Health Publishing article from 2025 on how sleep deprivation can harm your health details how insufficient sleep is linked to chronic diseases, cognitive decline, and increased mortality risk. Healthguide.org published Sleep and Aging: Sleep Tips for Older Adults in 2024, which reviews common causes of insomnia in seniors, including pain, medications, and environmental factors, with practical habit changes. Finally, the Harvard University Division of Sleep Medicine has published Profiles of Changes with Age, which explains how sleep architecture and the ability to obtain continuous, restful sleep change naturally with aging. Now, before we wrap up, I want to remind you of something very important. Everything we've shared today is for educational purposes only. It's meant to help you make informed choices about your health and understand what might be affecting your sleep. I always encourage you to work closely with your doctor or healthcare provider before making any significant changes to your routine, especially if you have underlying health conditions or take medications. Your healthcare team knows your personal health history best and can guide you on what's right for your specific situation. Every pair is unique. What worked wonderfully for Margaret, Robert, and Charles might need small adjustments for you based on your individual needs. Your doctor is your best partner in this journey toward better sleep and better health overall. Take care of yourself, sleep well, and I'll see you in the next video.